Plumbers, just wanted to give you a very high level overview of where we start with this whole process. So, first things first, I want you guys to understand with what we do here to help you guys. The first thing we're always going to do, especially when you book a call with us, is actually take a deep dive, a comprehensive deep dive into your company, and then really analyze the area that you serve. Because the last thing that we ever want to do is tell anybody, yes, we can help you and we can generate tons of new business for you. We can keep your calendars full, all of that stuff if we can't. I mean, the bottom line is with the offers that we make to really partner with you guys, we need it to be successful too. So the last thing we're going to do is take on something that we don't feel like can be. So the very first step we look at is just this comprehensive overview of your business, your digital footprint, and what does the opportunity look like in your area. So you guys have all seen this. This is Google. I know it's boring, but bear with me real quick. So we take a little bit of a different approach here on how we manage Google. We utilize a lot of automation, a lot of AI, but it's really just getting your business seen in your local market. The challenge with plumbing, it's not really a challenge. The good part of plumbing is it's a very reactionary scenario. So our agency also does lots of social media management across the board. We do lots of content, different things like that. That's all fine when you're trying to build a brand. But in the plumbing space, you can think of this in like the electrician space, the HVAC space. It's a very reactionary scenario. So people are looking for you. We can't go out and create lots of great content on social media and expect demand to rise for your services. Plumbing is a reactionary scenario, as you know, when something breaks down, right? So we want to make sure that we're out in front of, and your brand is out in front of people who are looking for your services constantly, and that happens a lot. I was just doing research for a company in Cleveland. So let me just show this to you. We have some additional tools in place that Google tells us how often different things are searched for. So if you type in like plumber, and just so you know, like they don't have to type in Cleveland. Everything is based on their IP address. But for the sake of us not being there, I just wanted to show you what this market looks like. So 2,400 people on average, this is Google data, not us, are searching for plumbers or with this keyword in Cleveland. That's a big number because 70% of click volumes now for plumbing services, and this really kind of filters into local professional services as well, take place right here. The old SEO methodology was let's optimize you here. Now, bottom line is we're going to optimize you here too. But 70% of people go here, and it's very important to understand this because, and there's a couple of reasons. Number one, it's the only real estate here outside of running advertising, which again, we can do for you, that has reviews. People shop on reviews, especially in a service-related industry. They don't get any of that down here. So this is more, when people get down into here, when they're searching for things, it's not as intentional. Everything up here is intent. They want to do business with someone that's close to you. They want to do business with somebody that has good reviews, for instance. So the other thing is these are clickable actions because, as we all know, most people are searching for these things on their mobile device. So you have to dominate this space. We're extremely good at that. That's the first step that we take with you. I'm just getting the boring stuff out of the way, but you need to be optimized here more than anywhere else on this platform. Now, what's also nice about these additional tools that we have, this is just one keyword, okay? So taking into consideration this many people looking for just a plumber, we can get into very specific things and optimize those keywords for you as well. Frankly, a lot of these longer tail keywords are going to optimize quicker. But this is where we take this approach of seeing, okay, what is actually driving a lot of engagement and how quickly can we get you there? So we're going to focus on the low-hanging fruit first while we optimize these very high volume keywords as well. So you're going to start getting results from us very quickly. That's why we make this offer. So when you look at topical keywords, more long tail stuff, we're going to look into all of this stuff, see what that keyword difficulty looks like, and get you guys calls right away. So that's the boring stuff out of the way, okay? So the other part that we are going to do for you that's very important is there's a lot of search volume that takes place here that is not Google related. There is some Google search functionality, but it's all based on voice searching. Don't tell any of your competitors this stuff, because this is kind of a hidden secret that we have perfected of getting you to show up when someone does a voice search. So think of Siri, think of Alexa, think of Bixby if you have a Samsung. What I personally use is Microsoft Copilot as like an AI tool. There's a few others out there, Google Voice. All of those results are based off of different things that we're going to set up for you guys. And it's going to be a little bit of a different result because we're going to set you up through our systems to show up when people do a voice search. So in this example, actually, I was just doing this for a plumbing company here. So we're actually in a little town called Edmond, Oklahoma. That's just north of Oklahoma City. And I was running some analysis. This will be part of what we do in the interest of not showing you their information here. We have a tool where we can actually say, okay, here's a keyword. How often was that voice searched for? And just in our town here, for a plumbing company, we were kind of using the same thing. I think I said best plumber near me, for instance. That's just a voice search that people do constantly, whether it's on an Alexa device, Siri. I don't use Siri personally. My wife uses it all the time. So she would be the perfect sort of candidate for someone that would do that. There was 408, I think is what the number was, voice searches that wouldn't show up here. So that's where we take advantage of stuff really quickly. I'll show you some analytics on a company we're doing this for. And a lot of this filters back to a Google type of a report we'll show back up to them. But if you look at this, okay, we just started this back at the beginning of this month. I think this is by date. Yep. So taking a look from June through now, about a month snapshot. Here's impressions. So this is a new company. Here's what impressions look like. I'm sorry. What an impression on Google means is that business is showing up in a particular search, whether it's through voice, whether it's through a Google Voice or a search on Google as well. So you can see how quickly we're getting people to show up on these searches. Now, here's the important part, actions. Actions is, did that person click on their website? Did they ask for directions? Did they click the call button? So actions is kind of like your conversion sort of data right here. So some of these numbers don't look big. Obviously, 0 is 0. But when you look at all these actions and add all of this up, these are, in many cases, service calls. Lots and lots of service calls right away. And these numbers only grow over time. So just wanted to show you an analytics snapshot of how quickly we can get you with all of these different methods to start getting these results. People clicking on the clickable actions to find you. These are what ultimately turn into your leads. We obviously put some of our own metrics in place that will essentially tell us where these, not only where these are coming from, but how often these are converting to actual business for you guys, because we need to know that data as well. And this is stuff that just grows over time. So once you actually, I wanted to show you a new one, but once you actually are in this program for quite some time, these numbers are astronomical. I mean, it's hundreds and hundreds a month. So that's why the scalability factor is huge on our end, because we are essentially growing the number of service calls that we're constantly booking on your calendar. So again, this is like starting to think about, okay, once we get to a certain level, we want to ramp up the amount of vehicles that we have or whatever it may be. So this is where you kind of become a business owner on scalability, because what we charge you once this is working over time does not change. So your business goes like this, your expenses stay linear like this. So let me just show you a quick example and then I'll let you guys go of what voice search looks like. Let me expand this screen. I'm going to do this sort of grassroots and do it on camera here, just to show you what we can take advantage of, kind of the sexy part of all of this. Hey Siri, what's the best plumbing companies near me? I guess he's not going to talk back. These are things, so again, listings here that pull up through a Siri search that we can get you listed very quickly on, because again, don't tell your competitors this, about 8% of people know that this exists. This is a whole different mechanism than doing these Google searches. This is how we know that we can get you more immediate results. Let me go to Alexa. If I can find it here. You're dealing with a technically challenged person, sorry. What are the best rated plumbing companies near me?
I found a few nearby options. There's Jerry's Plumbing, 6.4 miles away on Yosemite Place. Plumtastic Solutions.
What's interesting about this search when people do it is these are related to Yelp. They want, like, if you do a what's the best rated, for instance, or who are the best companies, which a lot of people use that search term, this is what sort of comes up, and it's all Yelp reviews. So again, we're going to go and tie that system into this. Make sure that you've got a profile there. Make sure that it looks good. We'll get your Yelp reviews for you, that kind of stuff. So that's Alexa. I won't bore you with too much more. I do love using Copilot. That's sort of my AI tool just to have fun with, but I use that a lot.
Hey, Nick, what's on your mind today?
What are the best plumbing companies near me?
In Oklahoma City, top plumbing companies include Hull Plumbing, Plum Genius, and Roto-Rooter. They're known for reliable service and good customer reviews. Need help deciding or looking for a specific service?
So you can hear, and then basically once you shut it out, it actually gives you your all of your listings here and just different answers. So a lot of people, again, are using voice search, and that number is only going to grow. So if you get out on top of that, get your listing on there. Here's the nice part, the greatest part about voice search. There is only a small number of people that will fit into that. So when you look at Siri, there was 3 results that popped up there. On voice search, they will, because of how quickly they want to give the results, they will not put every plumbing company on there. So again, don't tell your competitors this, but this is something that we will get you optimized on quickly because it's such a new thing that you don't want your competition knowing that. Take advantage of those hundreds of additional opportunities through voice search based on specific keywords. And again, we will analyze that for you to make sure we get you on these different things. The other part to it is, as you guys know, I don't know what to type here, but let me just think of something. Let's do this. Who should I call if my toilet breaks near me? This piece right here, let me shrink this a little bit. This piece right here, getting your business here, is a AI driven search. So that's something we haven't even talked about yet. We'll get into more detail in this because I know this video is getting long, but all of this stuff is something that is not done through a traditional Google search. So I started with Google to show you the boring thing because we're going to do that for you. You need to be dominating that space. That's where a majority of your long-term lead generation is going to come from. Taking advantage of all of this stuff is something most people don't know how to do. That's where we really start having the conversation with you, start analyzing this and saying, how do we get you to show up on this? I can tell you through my own behavior, because I love AI, is when I do type in questions or whatever it is, I tend to go here first. This is where my eyes go to. And it's frankly, it's because at the top of the page, but these are all things that I just wanted to show you a very high level of. We'll get way deeper into this once we have this conversation and all of the systems we put into place. So from your standpoint, just to understand how all of this works, you don't really need to know any of it. It's more of, how am I going to handle all of these opportunities coming into me? And we're going to have tools and metrics and dashboards in place for you to see all that data. And it's just essentially booking calls with you guys from a service standpoint. So there's so much, like you take my little town and Oklahoma City, for instance, into account, depending on where you're located, there's just so much opportunity to dominate your local markets, what we have strived to be perfect at. So contact us. We'll do a deep dive into your local area. We'll look at all of this stuff together and realistically come up with numbers that we think you can hit. So appreciate your time and attention to this. I know it's a long video, but I just wanted to at least give you a transparent visual of some of the stuff that we work on for you. Again, you don't really need to know and look at all this. It's not very sexy. The sexy part is the systems and the dashboards and different things that are going to show you the results that all of this produces. So excited to talk with you. Let's work together. Let's partner on this. And we will take a deep dive and show you exactly where you can grow, and happy and excited to help you guys grow. So we'll chat with you soon.